Hi, Team Jessie Jane Campbell. So a few tips on how to play Jessie Jane Campbell. Now, her character, I'm sure you may have picked this up, is largely based on Mary Lou MacDonald. So like Mary Lou MacDonald, in our electoral universe, or making up election, if you want to call that, Jessie Jane Campbell is the outgoing leader of Sinn Féin and a Dáil deputy for the Dublin West constituency, the Ballymun-Finglas area. She's obviously, as a Sinn Féin person, very strong on the national question, on republicanism, and wants to bring about Irish unity. Her economic policy is left-wing, but not as hard left as maybe some of the other candidates like Bill Jennings. So she does believe that there should be an increase in taxation, but not too much. She does believe there should be an increase in public spending, but maybe by not too much. So she's not going to go fully down the promising a magic money tree, although as with all politicians, there's probably going to be a lot of promises, cases that should promise more than should be able to deliver in the end. But in any case, this election task isn't about what you do after the election, it's about winning the election. So supporters say visionary, highly talented, real leader. Detractors say run with the hare, hounds in the hair. Her policies are shaped by what's in fashion. So yeah, divisive enough candidate. Some people like her, some people don't, but welcome to politics. Now, one of you needs to be Jessie Jane Campbell, obviously. The other two members, I think there's three in your team. The other two members should pick one of the other three team members. So there's Onan, try saying that 10 times fast. Onan O'Vard, who is Jessie Jane's first cousin and another Sinn Féin politician and currently the Lord Mayor of Dublin. And someone who's already kind of thinking, well, I'll help Jessie Jane become president, and when she finishes her term, then that'll nicely set me up for a run for the presidency. Bríd Orr is Jessie Jane's no-nonsense campaign manager, so she knows all there is to know about running an election campaign. And if there's got to be some kind of hard word said in the middle of it, if there's got to be some harsh word said in the middle of an election campaign, well, Bríd is the person to do it. Last of all, you have Malachy McGinnity, who is a former Sinn Féin councillor for the Dundalk area. He's 80 years old, so he's retired, but he still knows a lot about what's happening in local politics in Dundalk. So yeah, there's a bit of scope there to be a bit strategic in terms of deciding who you're going to play. Now, the task over the next few days really is, I think the main task is, as quickly as you can, decide who's Jessie Jane and decide who the other two team members, decide who you're going to play out with the other team members, and then try and start posting as soon as you can, because otherwise you're losing the momentum. Tom Whitmore's already got on the forum and has thrown a bit of shade at Jessie Jane, so yeah, there's not a lot of time to be wasted really. The sooner you post, the sooner you can start making marks, but also the sooner you post, the better your chances of winning the election. In the primaries, remember, the first two contests are Leitrim and Louth. You have up until Sunday to post in those elections, so it's not a lot of time. There might be decisions being made there. At this stage, does it make more sense to try and cover both Leitrim and Louth, or does it make more sense to try and focus on just one county and try and get one win under your belt, and then try and follow that rationale for Laois, Longford and Limerick in the next few days after that? And then of course you've got those, well, our version of the Super Tuesday primaries then coming up at the end of next week. So there's a bit of strategizing, a bit of thinking to do, but the main thing is to remember is you can't win votes if there's no posts, but more importantly, you can't get marks if there's no posts. So try and get into the posting as soon as you can.